Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with as I said in the last video, I'm trying to catch up with the Scrap Squad 12 days of summer Scraplifts. And I did day 5 already. I'm now working on day 4. So not going in any particular order. I just happen to have a photograph that I could cut into a triangle, so I'm gonna do the triangle one. I love this, and I'm gonna show you how I cut my triangles. I've done this before when I did one where I didn't really care what the dimensions of the triangle were. In this case, I want them to be equilateral because that's kind of part of the design. So what I did was I cut, I started out with this scrap, and then I had many other scraps. I cut them into pieces as close to 5 inches by 2 1/4 inches as possible. They aren't all exactly the same. So then I take the end that I want showing up at the top, which is this one with the mixed media on it, and then kind of eyeball about halfway down and just cut it, and then turn it over and go from there to the other end. And this takes a little bit of adjusting to make sure you get both corners. Just make sure you get all of it in there. Again, doesn't have to be precise. So that's that one. And I did all of these that way. And doing it that way leaves all of these for another kind of layout like that. So I'm saving all of these, and that's going to show up on a layout probably fairly similar to this one. Okay, so let me put that aside. I'm going to work on a piece of white scrap paper. I probably have too many triangles to use them singly. One thing that I noticed about the original is they've got some stitching indicated on the insides of the triangles, the papers, but on the photos they've double matted the photo, and then they've stitched on the outside of it. And this one has 2 photos. I'm only going to do 1. And I've got a button to go in the middle, a piece of flare, but I'm not tied to that if I find something else. So what I've got is this basket of goodies that are scraps from Color Study. The photo is a selfie that I took. I think there is a saying in here that says, I can do all the things, and I kind of thought that was appropriate for the photo. You know, in my current situation, I'm faced with doing some things alone that I have previously relied on John to do. And it's not, you know, I don't need a whole lot of affirmation that I'm equal to most of those things, but sometimes you just feel like you want not to have that responsibility. So anyway, that's kind of where this came from. This was a baseball game that John should have been with us on Father's Day. So it's just kind of made me think of him, I guess. I'm going to use, like on the photo, I'm going to kind of have it, I'm going to place it first. Let me put it that way. And I'm going to do some So I'm going to do it like that, and then I'll place all the others around it. I kind of thought that was the one that you could kind of see the face the best. This could go, anyway, I kind of want to place the triangles before I figure out what's going to happen next. Let's kind of take some colors and run them around. I want to kind of alternate patterns with things that read as solids, maybe. Let's see, this is not a color study. That's from Sunkissed by Cocoa Vanilla. I like this. So let's see if there's a couple that I could use together. I kind of hate to cover up the butterflies there, but let's do maybe these two together and kind of put that there. I've got this yellow, which maybe I'd kind of like this way. And maybe kind of put that. Okay, so there's, so let me do this. I kind of like that. Let's do this. Okay, so I have double, single. Let's do this as a double. And then I'm going to have some. Okay, this really needs to be backed because it doesn't show up on the white. There, and here, and here, and here. How's that? So let's kind of start placing these. I'm going to kind of stick this one down. I have some of this, and I'm just going to put these. Okay, where was that? It's this one. It's the green that goes there. Okay, and I'm going to just kind of lay it right here and let it be shorter, so that I can maybe put something there. So this one is a double one. Some of these probably ought not to be lifted up, but I'm actually going to lift, I think I'm going to lift the ends of all of these. Let me put that up higher. I have this out here, so I may as well attach it, and that'll give it a little bit different lift from the other. So it's time for a double one to go there. And I may leave a little room here because I may want an embellishment there to or that may be where I want to do this. Okay, so it can go pretty much anywhere. And I'm going to let it stay flat and put something on top of it. Okay, then this one, let me get some of this. I'm going to bring it way out here close to the edge because this one may end up that way. And I'm creating kind of a mess in the center that I assume will be fixed by my embellishments. And we'll let that one kind of come in a bit. Let this one be out. Okay. I kind of want this video to not be a really long one. I've done a few of those lately, and if I keep doing those, I'll never get caught up. I have some, let me bring that in, and then I'll let this be out here. And it's not gonna look, you know, perfectly spaced. Kind of stick that there. I'm gonna let that be that. And already I'm not crazy about it. I'm not entirely happy with it. So I'm hoping that embellishing sort of fixes how I feel about it. So I can put this here, and then I need another fairly large embellishment there. And I could take one of these things, or a couple of them, maybe, and make these overlapping circles. How's that? See that? Once you kind of cover up all of that, the rest of it kind of doesn't look too horrible. I don't hate it. Okay, let's do this. Like that. There and here. And then that's kind of the main design done. The rest of it is details. So I do that. And then I've got some things in here. I've got a few more of those. Real life right now is perfect because that's kind of what I'm talking about dealing with. Real life right now, which isn't, you know, and never is what you thought it was going to be. Well, let me get when something like that happens. And we've had kind of a nightmare set of situations. I'm gonna do this here. Maybe I'll work this into this little set of circles there. Where did my, here it is. And I have really kind of got this thing, I've used the heck out of it. It's my main source for attaching flares. And since I've gotten addicted to flares, I've used a lot of it. Okay, let's see. Here's a, okay, one of the vellum butterflies. And I have to put some crayons and a tube of paint kind of together. Because you guys and this stuff, this, you know, scrapping and playing with all the pretty things, is pretty much how I am getting through, getting by, and these are all the things I can do. These might be all the things that I'm talking about that I can do. And there's another paint brush, and then I'll raise the end of this one. This one will go under there. And then I've got this guy. And I'm going to put the lime green crayon kind of over closer to this, or do I want it here? Maybe here. And I'm sticking things all over. I've got this little thing which says fragile. I saw it and I have felt fragile today. Today is the 8th. And you all kind of know what the 8th means. And next month on the 8th, let me do that. Maybe, I don't really want to label myself as fragile, but I don't want it directly across from this, which is why I'm kind of messing around with it. I am gonna put it right there, and I'll do something. Now, I do want to use one of these vellum butterflies, and I think this green would be nice with the blue, but it's on the same side as the photo, and I prefer it to be kind of flying up towards the photo. So I'm gonna move it. I do want something pretty on that blue paper. If I put that right under the body, I have this notion that maybe you can't see it. Okay, there. I have a title here, the Just Be, which is kind of not bad advice. I thought maybe I'd put it across here. Maybe the B could go kind of right there, and then I can space the just kind of coming back from that. And putting it on this really colorful paper makes it not quite, stand out so much. And I'm going to try to find a way to not make that stand out so much, or I'm going to take it off. And I like that the J kind of hangs off there, because that has you kind of seeing what's there. Let me do a heart my little overlapping hearts there. And this. There. Okay, I think I may not need anything else from this sticker sheet. There are some arrows and another heart, but I'm gonna put that aside. Here are some, it says Forever Friends. I'm going to just take the forever off of there, and that kind of implies the forever, you know, forever, forever. All the stuff that's supposed to be forever. It's kind of reinforcing that it is. And so maybe I want to put forever over here by the butterfly. Things will change and they'll evolve, but I will love that guy forever. Okay. All this happiness, probably not appropriate for the way I'm feeling right at the moment. I like these little dots though. And I kind of want to use a bunch of those in different places. I especially am aiming for this little tiny purple one. And maybe put it over here by me, since that's my favorite color. Maybe where would this one go? Maybe down here. Why not? I think there's some little tiny gold stars here that I could use in places that I didn't have, that I don't have those guys. So there's a heart, and I can do a star right here. Whoops. That one didn't stay down. And then, is there something else besides the star? Maybe, let's go right here, and I think I'll call that done. This is that same thing, I think. I've used the vellum butterfly here, so I don't want to use one of the chipboard butterflies. There's color outside the lines. I like that sentiment, and I'm going to cut a color wheel in half to kind of use beside it. Like that. And maybe I want to use this the other half of it. I think I'll leave the other half for another page. I kind of like that this has that blue in it, which was why I chose that part of the color wheel. Here's the Just Be thing. I've got some bits on here that I might want to use, like, I really like this triple star. let me kind of see what else I end up with. I've got this, and there's Give Love, Shine Bright. This is the stuff that matters. You make the world more colorful. A New Day. Okay. Let's go with A New Day. And I kind of like, let's see if there's an arrow. I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to run an arrow from out here up to pointing to color outside the lines. So let's see if this one would work. This is the shape I had in mind, so I can kind of do that. There you go. Now, A New Day, it's, unless I run things along there, these word strips are just, these phrase strips are not gonna look like I want them to. I need something for here. How about, the parakeet. I love parakeets. And I actually am thinking about maybe getting one. I'll kind of put it over here. So his tail kind of crosses over the crayon there. And then let me get some of these. I've got these little stars. I can pair them with the dots. Let's get a yellow one, and I'll kind of put it on there. And then I'm going to get some of these little gold things to complete the trios there. So where there's a star, I'm going to pair it with a puffy heart. And we'll go there. Hopefully I have enough. Okay, and this guy's got, okay, there's a star, I mean a heart there, so I need a star. Okay, now let's pull this out and get some of these. And we're almost done, guys. I will probably write some fairly personal journaling. And it's significant to me, and it will be significant in the journaling for me to have done this on the 8th, and that date is going to be prominent on there. So I love these little dots. I was thinking to myself the other day, I've used so much color study before actually embellishing the little mini book that was in the color study class. But then when I realized I was going to document the Celebration of Life trip, aka the Kokomo tour, I actually had a chance to buy some Let's Wander. So I'm going to use that along with color study to embellish and decorate that book. So it's not going to matter that I have used some of the things that Vicki used in her class, because I'm kind of departing from the class. Okay. And let's make that up here. And I need one right there. And then I think we're done. I love this design, and I really like, I didn't print it, but I love Rebecca Meadows' take on it. There's so many different interpretations, but all that I have left that I'm going to do is the doodling of stitches. Whoops. Okay. Where did that come from? Did that come from my... I think it came from... Oh, maybe it goes over here. So it looks like I pulled a star off without its glue. So I'm going to tap a little glue down there, and when I say little glue, that's the operative word. Where is my glue that I had moving so well a while ago? It's probably this one. It's better, but not not what I need. I need to go maybe dilute the glue and consolidate it all into one bottle, because I love the glue itself. But if it doesn't dispense in a way that makes it practical to use in videos, then I really and truly have no use for it. Okay, so I'm going to do some doodling on the insides of the paper, particularly the lighter colored papers like this one. And it's not going to be consistent. In other words, I'm not going to do it on every one of the triangles. So there, and then here, instead of doing it on the triangle, I'm going to do it on the outside, just around the one with the photo. And it's kind of got the two triangles, so it's going to have a little break in the stitching right here. And I'm kind of intentionally doing imperfect doodling. If I were to do hand stitching, I can guarantee you it would not be perfect. And the condition my sewing machine is in, I know it wouldn't be perfect. It wouldn't be there at all. But I love the look, and I'm happy with the look that I get when I do this. So now this one for sure needs doodling, and like with this one, I did the doodling on the outer framework, but this one needs doodling because it's on a white background and doesn't show, and then I'm not going to doodle on there. So here I'm going to do some on the colored part, not for any particular reason, except that the purple layer here has some lines on it, so it's kind of distinctive already. So I think that's all the doodling I'm going to do, and there will be some journaling probably on the back. And let me do real life right now, and I'm going to put July 8th, 2021. It's been 5 months to the day since he left us, and 1 month to the day before our 40th anniversary, and 2 days before we would be celebrating his proposal. So that was July 10th. And we celebrated. Those of you who follow me on Facebook know that we kind of have a running joke where James asks John, what did you do when she said no? Which is what 6-year-old James asked him when he called to tell him that he had asked his mom to marry him. What did you do when she said no? So, okay, I'm happy with that. I've got my little stars in, and these stars kind of pick up on the stars and the flare. So I'm happy. Should I doodle around that one? No, I don't think so. I think I'm fine. Although I did those. Let me doodle. You knew I was going to do that, huh? I'm just going to doodle down from the black flower outline. I'm not going to doodle through the black flower. Whoops. That's what happens when you glue it down on foam before you've doodled. When you're doodling something that's on foam. Not a good idea. Okay, so that's all done. It is colorful. It is me, and I can do all the things. So there. That's my affirmation. And I doubt that on a regular basis. You know, not really, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.